Hello, my friends. So the calls, those short-term calls that I bought yesterday, I sold those for like a really hefty profit, right around the 470.57 mark. So it was like 9:38. It was like right at that peak that happened in the morning on the SPY chart, and then I doubled up on a few of my puts. Might have been a little early, but I also rolled my calls. So I have longer term calls now, and they're deep in the money because I do see us going higher. I'd like to create some vertical spreads on those calls. So as we go higher, when I see a good opportunity, I'm going to sell against those calls to create vertical spreads. Hopefully, I get paid to put those spreads on. It happens if you put it on at two legs. It can happen. You just got to time it. And there's a dip coming towards the end of the day. The opportunity today is it involves the high, and it involves a high and a sharp dip within a period of volatility. Now, the theme card is the Prudence card and the Princess of Wands. Guys, by the way, if you want to follow along on the actual spread, go to tarotfortraders.com to the actual website. Go to the forecast page and just type in the actual date. Include the year because we've done multiple years, but type in the actual date and that'll bring up this reading. So based on what I'm seeing, the theme cards, prudence, multiple tops, multiple bottoms, that sort of thing. Tricky situation. And then we also have an opportunity to open some short positions or protect against long positions or buy puts, that sort of stuff around the high today. Now I see the high is roughly, well, we had a high and then we have a higher high it's going to be roughly like between 12 and 2, between 12 and 2 o'clock. However, I must say, I was looking for I'm looking for a low within this hour, the 11 to 12 o'clock hour. We have the Ace of Swords, which is a lot of volatility. It's also correlated to the low card. However, we did have two bearish cards early in the morning, and we really saw very little bearish behavior. So when that sort of thing happens, that's a very reliable indication that we're on a very bullish day, which would make sense because we have the Princess of Wands. It's an opportunity in the midst of a rally to open up puts and that sort of thing. So you always, rule of thumb, you always want to go with the direction of the theme card. Almost always want to go with the direction of the theme card. So today it's a tricky day because there's a Prudence card and there's a Princess of Wands card. So it's like tricky. There's multiple highs. And then within those highs is an opportunity to open those puts. Again, if you want to follow along, just go to tarotfortraders.com to the actual website and check out the forecast page, type in the date, and it'll bring up this reading. So we might be coming up on a dip here. It could be a sharp dip here to a low. But following this dip or this volatility, following this hour, there's a big move to the upside. It'll be notable and it'll bring us to a high. And then that's the high where I see an opportunity to short. It'll be between like 12 and 2, probably around like the closer to the 1 o'clock hour. And that's a notable drop, and we don't see that level. We don't return to that level today. So wherever that high is, we won't return to that level today. And then we have a breakdown through multiple support levels between roughly 1 and 3 o'clock, and then we have some sideways movement, crisscrossing against a price level, followed by some price swings and a sharp drop to a support level right around the close. But I'd say the low for the day is going to be roughly it's going to be close to the high. It's going to be roughly between the 1 and 2 o'clock hour, most likely, maybe the 1 and 3 o'clock hour. But again, I'm looking for opportunities to short on the monthly overview, which you can get, guys, if you subscribe to the free mailing list. You can get the monthly overview about a week ahead of the month every month, and we have sick accuracy. It's like in the high 90s. So we have on the monthly overview, we have a correlation to the month's low on Monday. When I look at Monday on the 1 day, It's a tricky day. We have another opportunity to trade at a high, but the theme for the day is opportunity position on both sides of the market. So I'll probably sell against my calls. If it's moved enough, I'll sell against my deep in the money calls to create those vertical spreads. Probably 1 o'clock ish, maybe a little earlier. We'll see. We'll see where we're at. If we hit a notable point, like let's say the RSI is up in the 80s or roughly close, I'll probably take that opportunity to jump in with some calls. Selling some calls against my calls to create those vertical spreads, and maybe even a few more puts. The theme card for next week's Monday is, it's the Tower card mixed with completion and the Ace of Discs. So there's definitely a good opportunity there. I'm thinking it's probably right around the open. Looks to me like it's probably right around the open. But the following day, Tuesday's where that big ass drop is. So it looks like our overview maybe is a little bit ahead. But I am preparing myself for a sharp drop. And then in that sharp drop next week, I will definitely be going long because we have a high correlator at the end of the week. And then if you look at the 1 month overview, that's something you actually have to purchase, guys. I don't do it all for free, but the 1 month overview gives you basically the months at a glance for the whole year. And for 2021, the end of the year, like the final card, the end of December is a big push to the upside to reach a distant resistance level. It's also correlated to the Ace of Wands. So it's like an upside down U shape. So we'll go high really, really fast and really high, but then we should retrace a lot of that towards the end of the month. There'll be that push and then followed by a drop. And that may very well be January where that drop happens, because January is not looking good, guys. Check out that 1 month overview. Sign up for the mailing list and you'll see what I'm talking about. Just like I said, December was going to be an ugly month. I can't wait to see the accuracy for this month because I killed it. November, we did 600% account gain, 616% account gain, 613% account gain. But if you put that against the S&P 500, we beat the S&P 500 by 616%, trading only the S&P 500. Yeah. That's called timing the market. You can't time the market. Experts. All right, guys. So with that said, looks like definitely right about this being a super bullish day. When we look at the overview for today, it's the wealth card. So that would make a lot of sense. We've got the wealth card today. Looks like a good opportunity to sell those calls. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm looking to sell calls in the midst of a big rally towards the upside or towards the high midday. And then I'll be careful because there's a low midday. Although, again, it's a very bullish day, Princess of Wands. So chances are the drops won't be as much as maybe we think, as you would expect. If it was a bearish day, the theme card was a bearish day, then the bearish cards would have a lot more weight, if you will. When you have a bullish theme card, the bullish cards have a lot more weight. And that's generally how it goes, guys. So you always want to pay attention to the theme card. Super, super important card. All right, guys. Well, that's what I got for you right now. Again, I'm on both sides of the market. I have deep in the money calls expiring on the 31st. They're like 460s and 464s. And then I also have some 472 puts, some 468 puts. And I've got those 450 puts that I'm looking to get out of as soon as we have a big ass drop. I'm getting out of those 450 puts, unless we're super lucky and then I make a killing, but I'm not counting on that. Always better to preserve capital because there's so many opportunities. When you start thinking, oh, it's the only opportunity I might miss out on it, that's when you screw yourself over. All right, guys. Well, do me a favor, like, subscribe, hit that share button, comment and let me know what's up. I see we have somebody here with us. So if you have any questions, you can always hit me up on the website. There's also a free app, so you can actually text with me if you want. And then you can also message me here on YouTube or Facebook or wherever. But good luck to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later.